Hey, how's it going in today? I just wanted to give you a quick update on the slider control on how you can access the OnValueChanged functionality. So it looks something like this. If we go into the game and we've got our slider up here, and you'll see when I drag it, the print string is automatically updating the value. So this is pretty cool because you could have somebody start the game, set an initial value for something, and then just go close. And then they would continue on with whatever. So it's pretty cool. So with the on value change, you don't need them to click any additional buttons or anything like that. So all I have in the scene right now is just a player spawner and the verse device. And let's just take a quick look at the code here. Okay, so we have our modules. This is just set up in the style of the ultimate widget that I showed earlier. So we have all this set up, and you can refer to that tutorial. I'll just kind of go over the sections related to the slider itself. So we have our slider here, and then here's our spawner here. And then on begin play, what we do is we reference my spawner, and then on the spawn event, we subscribe to the show UI over here. And then this ends up creating our widget. And then we also have, we reference my slider here, and then there's this function called OnValueChanged. It's hard to say this word. It's parameterless. And then we can subscribe, and then we created this function called updateValue. And this was the tricky part right here, was the parameter getting an acceptable format for the parameter this that accepts this, because it needs to be a widget message. And there's not a lot of these types that I could find. I think there's only 2 of them in the documentation. But anyway, this is how you have to set up the input parameter for this subscribable function here. And then we take my slider, and then there's another value we called getValue, a method that we call getValue, and we assign that to my value, and then we just do a custom print string here down at the bottom. So this is very similar to the tutorial I just did, with the exceptions here that I noted. But the tricky part, really, the tricky part of the whole thing was right here, this line of code right here, because there's no parameters required to subscribe. But then when you do call it, you do have to have this type in there, this widget underscore message. And down here we set the my slider set max values. And I'll link to the tutorials in the description if you want a little bit more information, but that's basically it. So anyway, I hope you found this helpful. Take care, have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.